Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the 2020 Central Grasslands Roadmap Summit. We're really excited to be jumping into the work groups today to hear from one another, to brainstorm together, and to develop the next draft of the roadmap. Sometimes I feel like one of the few people that still loves a good old paper roadmap. There are stacks of them in my house because there's something about the tactile nature of unfolding a map. The crunch of the paper as you look carefully at one area while still being able to see the whole picture at the exact same time. We need this level of detail and scale to see where we're going out on the Central Grasslands. So fortunately, last year, under the leadership of several organizations and the support of several generous sponsors, a plan was hatched to bring over 300 delegates, speakers, and leaders to develop a roadmap for the Central Grasslands to ensure collaborative conservation would reverse the trends we are seeing in species loss, ecosystem failure, and the lack of viability for human communities. From there, a representative planning team was formed to design and create this summit that would bring together delegates that could represent, communicate, and bring the knowledge and experiences of 8 very diverse sectors together. Now, we recognize that there are thousands upon thousands of more people that live, work, and rely on the Central Grasslands, and that it will take additional time and commitment and communication to connect and use the draft roadmap in further collaboration with our communities, our colleagues, our stakeholders, and additional leaders. Additionally, through this process, it's been recognized that there is one more layer that matters a great deal. When it comes to education and understanding about the importance of grasslands, to political and financial support for conserving grasslands, and to building sustainable and resilient food supply chains, the public will be key allies and need to be a high priority in this strategy. So this is a complex, collaborative process to create a living document that we will test out, learn from, revise, and make the next iteration even stronger. So to get started with this process in June, we asked delegates to take a survey to help refine a vision and begin developing a list of programs, initiatives, and priorities that would inform our conversations today. We asked questions regarding priorities for partnership and engagement, questions regarding priorities for research and evaluation, and questions about priorities for policy and funding. And we heard back from 115 delegates with in-depth and thoughtful responses. And then, over the last 3 Thursdays, our speaker series has been filled with insightful ideas, perspectives, and new proposals. Each session was scheduled for about 2 hours, and each session ran over, but it often felt like we still couldn't get enough of the informative and inspiring thinkers, practitioners, and leaders that we were hearing from. Those concepts, along with the results from the delegate survey, populated the draft sections of the roadmap that your work group is looking over today. So after today, we'll hear from leaders next Tuesday as they respond to what we work on today, and then we'll return to these work groups on Wednesday, August 5th, to integrate their feedback and dive deeper into our conversations. And then later in August, the planning committee and additional delegate reps will work to get the roadmap into a draft form that we can use and test out in the coming year. And hopefully we'll come back together next year in person, fingers crossed, to reflect how the roadmap did or didn't work, what we missed this time around, and what we can adjust to make sure the roadmap is a collaborative tool that will guide us towards resilient and sustainable grasslands and human communities. So today, please recognize that these work groups are incredibly important to this process, and that hearing your voice and your feedback about the priorities drafted from the results of the speaker series and the delegate survey is critical to the success of the roadmap. So I'd like to close with the challenge I posed at the end of Thursday's session. We have the opportunity to lay the groundwork for a roadmap that it has the makings of something historic. But to make this moment historic, to make this roadmap historic, we need to come together, we need to hear one another, and we need to collaborate. For a moment, imagine our kids' kids unfolding this roadmap, hearing those slight crinkles as they look down at the document that conserved and ensured that the central grasslands was there for them to see and to enjoy, to live from, and to flourish. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your commitment, and thank you for your wisdom. Let's get to work.